All right, the very last volume formula that we're going to learn, volume of spheres. So a sphere is like it's kind of like a circular ball. It still has a radius. The only difference is the radius actually comes from the very center in the ball. So it's kind of like if you think of the Earth as being a globe, it's like the center of the sphere is like the core of the Earth. And then the radius comes from that center and goes out to any point on the outside of the sphere. The volume formula is pi r to the third, so it's not r squared anymore, like area. And then we multiply that by 4/3. Multiply by 4, divide by 3. Remember, in a fraction, the top number multiplies, the bottom number divides. So determine the volume of each given sphere. We do pi times the radius squared. Here, all the way across is 12, so that means the radius is 6. We do pi times 6 to the third, and we multiply that by 4, divide by 3, and we should get 288. And if you have a calculator in front of you, I want you to try that out. Make sure that you can get 288 pi. So they actually don't multiply by 3.14. They just do 6 times 6 times 6 times 4 divided by 3. Okay, and that's 288 pi. So that's leaving the answer in terms of pi. Next one, the radius is 7. So we do 7 to the third with a pi, and then multiply by 4/3. So we do 7 times 7 times 7 times 4 divided by 3, and that would give you a decimal, so the solution just left it 1,372 over 3 pi. So remember, you're not multiplying by 3.14 in these, you're leaving it in terms of pi. Next one, so this one is a composite figure. It looks like a cylinder with a half of the sphere taken out. So what we end up needing to do for this one is find the volume of the cylinder and subtract the volume of the sphere. Volume of cylinder minus volume of hemisphere. And hemisphere is basically half of the sphere. So let's take a look at the cylinders. So the cylinder, the volume of the cylinder is going to be area of the base times the height. The base is a circle, so the area of the base is pi r squared. And then we multiply that by height. So pi times the radius squared. Here the radius is 3.5. That's half of 7 divided by 2. So we do 3.5 squared times the height, which the height is also 3.5. And we know that because the radius of the sphere is 3.5. It goes from the center to any point on the sphere. And notice if we make a line that goes from the center here to this point on the sphere, that's basically the entire height of that cylinder, right? And that's also the radius. That's the same length this way. So 3.5 is also the height of the cylinder. So here we go, 3.5 squared times 3.5, so 3.5 times 3.5 times 3.5 multiplied by 3.14, multiplied by pi in this one. So we get 134.696 for the volume of the cylinder. Now to do the volume of the hemisphere. So the math here might look a little weird, but that 2/3, because you're thinking like, you know that the volume of the sphere is going to be four thirds pi times the radius to the third power. So we know that the radius is 3.5. So we get 4/3 pi times 3.5 to the third. And then if we multiply all of that out, we do 4 times 3.15 times 3.5 times 3.5 times 3.5. 4 times 3.15 times 3.3 or 3.5 times 3.5 times 3.5, 540, and then we divide that by 3. We get 180.075. and that's inches to the third. Okay, so that would be the volume of the sphere if it were a full sphere, but in this composite figure there's only a hemisphere there. There's only half of a sphere that gets taken out of the cylinder. So what we end up needing to do is divide this by 2. 180.075 divided by 2. 90.037. And here they got 89.797, probably because they didn't round pi to 3.14, but they actually used pi in a calculator, and it gave them a more accurate number. So that's okay. But ours ended up being 90.0375 for the area, or for the volume of the hemisphere. Okay, now we subtract those two numbers and get 44.9 inches to the third. So your lesson checkpoint problem that you need to try to do on your own is another composite figure, except we don't subtract in this one. This one we had to subtract because the hemisphere got taken out of the cylinder. But in the one that you're going to do here, we have a rectangular prism with a sphere sitting on top of it, or a hemisphere sitting on top of it. So we end up having to find the volume of the rectangular prism and then add it to the volume of the hemisphere. Try it out.